Hey everyone, how is everyone doing, huh? Um, Sorry, I'm gonna sound a little depressed, because I've been depressed like the whole fucking day. You know why? Because my mom I don't know, man. I mean, I love my mom, but she just keeps sending me these like fucking like negative messages, I'm worried about you, and I am, all the time. And I'm like, Mom, I mean, I'm not fucking dying. Why are you so much worried about me? Finally, I moved to Jersey City. I opened a new office and I'm growing, Can you at least, for God's sake, can you at least send me one like positive message on fucking WhatsApp, And I mean, I didn't say that, but I just went on a rant. We have this WhatsApp, group, family, and my brother and all my sisters. And I told my mom, listen, please do not send me like any negative messages to my, uh, don't send me any private messages. Just message me here on WhatsApp family group. That's it. Because so negative, man. Jesus fucking Christ, And so I've been like depressed all day. For the past fucking month, she has been like sending me these private messages with like negative shit like, oh, I've been worried about you and blah, blah, blah. Why are you worried? Why? I don't fucking understand, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. So, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start my podcast this way, but I guess I had to rant on that one. And I was texting my sister, and she understands me. The problem is that with these traditional parents, especially moms, who have no exposure to like fucking, outer, worlds outside their own, like, first of all, their own mind, and then their own, like, like tribal, whatever the fuck it is, right? They think that, that somehow me not having a wife and kids makes her like worried. And I mean, I understand, I'm 46, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. And I may not have a wife, I may not have kids. There are a lot of people, a lot of successful people who are living like that. But the problem is that my mom does not fucking understand that, I mean, this is like fucking across the board, And so she just sends me these like fucking negative messages. I mean, come on. I mean, at least if she can send me one positive message. Okay, son, I'm proud of you, You opened a new office, you moved to Jersey City, opened a new office in Jersey City, and blah, blah, blah. Instead, I'm worried about you, blah, blah, blah. Jesus fucking Christ, Mom. Okay? You're worried about me because I'm dying or something like that? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. But in any case, I'm sorry. So I've been very depressed. I've been very depressed during like fucking the whole fucking day, And then I slept, and then I woke up late, got my sandwich like really late, egg sandwich, and then I picked up some Iranian food from Hoboken, So in any case, here I am. I'm sorry. Saturday night, February. What the fuck is it? It's kind of late. Close like 1 o'clock. I'm doing my podcast. I got a lot of work to do, and just I was supposed to like send out emails and all that, and then I see all these messages from my mom, and like, Jesus fucking Christ, and then I'm like, please, and just, I don't know, man. Just like, these traditional moms that don't fucking understand how to like communicate with their grown-up children, That's the fucking problem. So, I mean, I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but it's just, it's just negativity, just like, In any case, so how is everyone doing, huh? Well, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Yeah. I'm watching the what's that live golf? Some like Asian ladies playing golf. Not that I'm watching golf because of Asian ladies, but it's called ISPS. ISPS. I don't know. VIC Open? Is that Victoria Open? I have no fucking idea. Because earlier I was watching soccer, Premier League. Everton versus the Crystal Palace. Oh man, Everton actually like fucking had like I think 2 goals or 3 goals. I think 3 goals. Fucking amazing. Like they crushed the other team. Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, so then I watched that on YouTube TV. So just I just leave it open. It's like, and then it goes from like fucking like soccer to like golf, sometimes to tennis, and then these fucking ads. This is exactly why I don't fucking watch TV because of these fucking ads. Oh, by the way, so. I watched Picard, right? Picard on fucking CBS All Access. It's the fucking worst, like, fucking player they have on their website, right? The sound is the fucking worst. And then they have ads. They have fucking ads, and I fucking hate them. I mean, the show is great, but it's not, I don't know, it's like, I actually like Expanse better than Picard, because I think this is what it is with, what's his name, Patrick Swayze, not Patrick Swayze, sir, Patrick Stewart, right? Fucking so many fucking Patricks here. Patrick Stewart, right? So I think he needs to fucking retire, dude. He needs to fucking retire from like making movies and shows and all that. I think that's what he does. Somehow he can't do that for some fucking reason. Maybe he can't find like a hobby or something, Why doesn't he like fucking hand out the torch to somebody else? I don't fucking understand in this franchise of Star Trek, right? I don't fucking understand. But in any case, so I think Star Trek Picard is every Wednesday or every Thursday on CBS, right? I watch that in my room, and I mean my bedroom, and I mean Star Trek, traditionally has been a great show. Obviously, it has a lot of followers. All you fucking Star Trek, fans, By the way, so is there going to be like a fucking Star Trek, like movie? By the way, so we had the trios, right? 2009 and 2000. What was it? 10, 11, and 2012. With what's his name, Chris Pine, and what's his name? Excuse me, Spock, and what's her name? Zoe Saldana. Great acting by all of them. So is there going to be like a fucking like a sequel to that? I don't understand. Weren't those actually like prequels to like fucking Star Trek, the original, the movie? I have no idea. I don't like. I'm not into like Star Trek, and I'm actually not really following the fucking Star Wars either. Like I mean, I watched Mandalorian. That's a fucking great show. But I think the new shows, like Expanse and all these, they're fucking great shows, And because the new age and, okay, well, Star Wars happened, in 1977. It's 2020 now, so you gotta like come up with something. I think somebody's gonna come up with something like a new, like a cinematic universe, you know, beyond like fucking like, you know, like Jesus, beyond like Marvel and like fucking you know, DC universe and the fucking. Why am I using so much like fucking cursing? Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I guess I was fucking depressed the whole day, sir. I mean, what can I say? You know? So, in any case, continuing. So, continuing with my podcast, I don't know, but I'm still looking forward to watching, you know, Rise of the Skywalker. You know, because I didn't watch that fucking movie in the cinema because I hate going to the fucking cinema. And so, yeah, so when it comes to Amazon or Netflix or one of those, right? Then I'll fucking watch it at home in my fucking bedroom while I can just like. I know that's a fucking long movie, I understand, and so I may not be able to finish it one night, but I can watch like half of it and then just go to sleep, right? And then watch the second half the next morning when I wake up, right? Following morning, sir. Following morning, not next morning. So, let's see, right? Let's see. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that fucking movie. Because I think I watched almost every fucking, you know, movie from 2019, except for that one, I think. I mean, I watched Ed Astra, Once Upon a Time in fucking Hollywood, speaking of which, you know, Joker, the fucking creepiest movie. And then, speaking of the movies, so tomorrow is the Oscars, which is actually today, according to Eastern Standard fucking Time, right? Starting fucking 1 o'clock. Jesus Christ. So, in any case, yeah, I mean, you know, this whole negativity, I don't know, like, I just. Yes, I get it. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, it's not easy to have a relationship. I mean, this is fucking across the board, especially like in New York. You know, New York in this area, like, it's just fucking like. What do you do? Like, okay, so you have to find a woman, right? If you are a heterosexual man, what do you do? Actually, you know, I actually walked into a bar today. You know, after I had a sandwich. Because they had like some up in Hoboken, you know, at the waterfront. Actually, I heard the music and I walked in there, and then I was like, I didn't get a drink or anything like that, you know, because I didn't fucking want to like, you know, because my car was parked outside, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fucking. I just had like one bottle of water, and you know, my egg sandwich, you know. Egg white sandwich, and then I just walked in there to see what the fuck was going on. There was live music playing, and there was a bunch of like fucking, you know, beer drinking kids, you know, with a lot of women, young women, and then I was just checking out to see if I could talk to a woman, and I couldn't find anyone that I wanted to talk to be honest with you. And it's fucking weird, you know, here in. Especially like in a sports bar, you know, because if you go to like a bar in, let's say, Manhattan, right, like below 14th Street on a Saturday night, well, I wouldn't go to Manhattan on a Saturday night to begin with, right? I mean, I'm saying, like, if even when I was in Brooklyn, you know, it's fucking different. I mean, first of all, I wouldn't go to a fucking sports bar, right? Because those are the fucking worst. And then the vibe and the vibe is just different, you know. It's like fucking I don't know. I mean, so I was just like checking out people, like especially ladies, on the bar, and then the bartender, she's a beautiful like Asian lady, and she's like saying something like this, like, sir, do you need anything, sir? I think that's what she was saying, and I couldn't hear her. So I said, yeah, I need, you and I can talk, right? You and I can talk. And she smiled and she walks away. She knew that I wasn't there for a fucking drink, I didn't want to fucking drink and drive and all that, right? But in any case, so, I mean, it's fucking hard. I mean, and I know my sister told me that I should get on like fucking like eHarmony if I'm serious about like having a relationship and then having a kid and all that, right? But I don't know, it's a fucking hassle, dude. It's a fucking hassle. And I have a girlfriend. I mean, I don't fucking care, dude. I just don't fucking care if I have kids or not. Or I mean, yes, I do want to have a kid, but I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, and that's the whole fucking problem. Am I sounding so depressed that I'm making you guys depressed as well? Maybe. So maybe you shouldn't listen to my fucking podcast, right? But in any case, so maybe I was a little harsh when I was sending text messages to my family group, to mom, in all caps. Because I was like fucking angry. You know why? Because my mom just keeps sending me these fucking negative messages. I'm worried about you. I think in her mind, this is what she's saying. She doesn't say that on the WhatsApp text, right? I think this is what she says in her mind when she texts me, right? She texts me like, I'm worried about you, all the time, and blah, blah, blah. I think what she says in her mind is that I'm worried about you, you're 46, you don't have a wife, and you have no kids. I think that's what she means. I think that's what she means. That's what she means. So, I mean, so what if I don't have a wife and kids? I mean, I have a girlfriend, she's young. So what? I don't fucking understand. This is the problem with these traditional moms, and that's the fucking problem. And now I have to deal with it. I dealt with it. I told her, just don't text me privately, mom, please. I love you, but just text me in the family group. Thank you very much. So, okay, what the fuck the point I was trying to make? The point I was trying to make is that it's not easy, I've been successful in my business and all that, and all I need is some fucking positive things, Positivity is what I need. I don't need any fucking negative bullshit, In any case, so she's my mom. I love her, and I'll probably talk to her, and let's see, right? Okay, so I don't want to go on and about like ranting about that again and again, But what the fuck I was talking about? Movies. So tomorrow we have Oscars. My girlfriend will be over, and I think we're gonna watch Oscars, and then maybe we can like play some like fucking pool right after Oscars. Or just watch Oscars. Oh, by the way, so where can we watch Oscars? I'm just trying to where to watch Oscars. Okay, so where to watch Oscars 2020, right? Dolby Theater, Los Angeles. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not in fucking Los Angeles. Los Angeles, City of Angels, right? American Broadcasting Company, ABC, fucking ABC. So you can actually watch it on ABC, right? Fucking ABC. Do I have fucking like membership at ABC? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. American Broadcasting Company is going to fucking air 2020 Oscars. There you go, you fucking like movie lovers, right? Where the fuck it is? membership with ABC? I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'll find out tomorrow. And even if I don't fucking watch it, it's going to be all over on YouTube anyway, so I'll watch it. I'll watch the bits and pieces on fucking YouTube, and I don't really care. Actually, I was. You know what really fucking really disturbing? I mean, it's disturbing to see children die, you know, in wars. You know, like, oh my fucking God, dude. And I was texting my ex-colleagues and my ex-boss, and I said, I really want to do something to save these children, you know. But that's a huge undertaking. I don't know how I could save those children, you know, like, be blown up with, like, fucking IEDs and the world. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Maybe I should start like a non-profit and maybe raise some monies, raise some funds. Because regardless of the fucking conflict, you know, Middle East or, Middle East mostly, I mean, it's just a fucking disaster, you know. But regardless of like what the fuck is going to happen in the Middle East or what the fuck is happening in the Middle East right now, I said this many times that the Middle East has to find its soul. You know, all these regimes have been holding on to old tribal fucking nonsense. You know, that Europe actually came out 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago. And they don't realize that they're trying to like, they're trying to like fucking, you know, oppress their like youth especially and all that, right? From the real democracies. And I'm not saying that the Western civilization is the best model, but at least some of the countries have the model. Because I mean, whatever the fuck you believe in, I don't want your belief to be part of the fucking government that actually, you know, governs the laws and all that, right? I mean, we have that fucking thing too, right? In God we trust. It's written all over the fucking, whatever the fuck it is, right? God, really? In God we trust? Really? Which God? Which God are we talking about? The Christian God? Or the Jewish God? Or the fuck it is, dude? See, America is also fucking backwards in many ways, right? So, in any case, I mean, Europeans have actually left that fucking model, right? No, we don't need a fucking God, okay? A liberal, like, governments. But then the problem with Europeans is that they're still, like, very fucking, like, conservative, you know, on many ways, right? They try to be liberal, and, you know, they're very friendly and all that, right? But then, okay, but then, if you look at, like, countries like fucking Japan, right? They are the worst. They are the worst when it comes to, like, something like immigration, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Why am I going on a fucking rant about, like, fucking Jesus Christ? And speaking of which, by the way, this fucking coronavirus has basically killed over 600 now, I think, since, like, January 20th. Jesus fucking Christ, man. And it has infected, like, over 30,000 people. What the fuck is going on? Is this like the end of the fucking like civilization, and then we are going to go into like a dystopian fucking, you know, or post-dystopian fucking like fucking, you know, like Mad Max kind of a fucking world? Is that what it is? I have no fucking idea. But they have not been able to contain. And I said this. Previously on my podcast, that we are not actually ready. We don't have the fucking technology to contain. You know, there is an epidemic, right? Ebola, what the fuck it is, SARS and all that. We just don't have the fucking technology, especially in countries like fucking China, you know? And you know, it's just, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know. I was watching Bill Maher's show, you know, Real Time with Bill Maher on HBO. And they were talking about that Fareed Zakaria, he's a great, journalist and all that, right? And all these other guys, other people. Oh, he had Steve Bannon, by the way, as his first guest. The former, White House chief strategist. But in any case, I don't want to fucking talk about that. You guys can watch that on your own fucking time. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is that us human beings are vulnerable to so many fucking things on this planet. We have the global fucking warming, right? And now we have coronavirus. And that actually it's spreading actually. It's fucking spreading. Jesus fucking Christ. And this is when, if this was like Star Trek, Federation of the Interplanetary, what is it called? Federation of the Planetary, whatever the fuck it is, right? They would say, oh, wait a minute, Jesus fucking Christ, so we have a problem on planet Earth. Oh, by the way, this Korean, golfer, she's so cute. Oh my fucking God. Korean golfer, right? Woman golfer. Hai Jing Chin. No, not Hai Jing Chin. Hee Young Park. Jesus, these names, I can't even fucking say the name. Korean women are beautiful, by the way. Jesus. In any case, so, aren't all women are beautiful, sir? Aren't all women are beautiful? Wow, what an English language, sir. Aren't all women beautiful regardless of their race and whatever? Yes, that's true, but everybody has to have a preference, right? Okay, I'm not gonna fucking go there, okay? Let's just stick with the point that I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is that this fucking virus is a fucking disaster on this planet. And we don't have the technology to fucking contain. Alright? That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Stay the fuck out of China. And this is the fucking big... Okay, so this is the other fucking big problem, right? I understand it's only in one province in China. But now, even I said that last time, and without repeating myself, because now, the airlines are going to basically stop the flights. And the U.S. has, I think, warned its citizens not to travel to China. Which means all of the shit in China that comes from China, I'm not saying that we are relying on all that crapola. Who said that? Crapola that comes from China. But the problem is that we have a lot of economy and trade with China. Billions, hundreds of billions of fucking dollars. So what the fuck is going to happen to that one, sir? Huh? I have no fucking idea. I don't know. So yeah, they were talking about the economic consequences, and also I think it also is going to be like a discriminatory. Is that even like a fucking real word, sir? I don't know. Like discrimination against the Asian people or Chinese people in general. Well, first of all, sir, I don't go to Chinese takeout places, anyways. It's like going to fucking McDonald's Chinese version, McDonald's Chinese version. If you like Chinese food, or if you like Chinese food, yeah, that's what those fucking takeout places are. I would never go to McDonald's, and I would never go to any of those places. But the point I'm trying to make is that now these people here in America are even going to suffer because of the fucking coronavirus. Right? Is that right? Or am I just fucking making it up? I don't know. Don't hold me on to that one, but I'm just feeling that, this is going to affect everybody across the board, especially people from China. So I mean, my heart and my you know, what the fuck am I saying? My heart and my soul and my body. No. Okay, let's just simplify this, okay? Let's just simplify what the fuck I'm trying to say is that I really feel bad for the Chinese people and all that, and it's just too bad that it happened. But there's a reason why fucking it happened. And I was actually fucking having like a fucking like nightmare. You know what they were talking about? Like, I was listening to NPR, you know, I drove into the city on fucking Friday, right? And I was listening to fucking NPR. And then, you know, obviously, you know, coronavirus is a hot topic these days, right? So they're talking about, like, they had an expert who actually brought in, who actually, you know, has a lot of experience with like these viruses and, you know, like epidemics and all that fucking nonsense, right? On this fucking planet, Jesus Christ. And so they were talking about that. I think I said this. I think my sister told me. I didn't do any research, so don't hold me on to this one. But they were saying that actually the coronavirus has stemmed from like bats. You know, these fucking bats, you know? So bats, there are so many fucking bats in the whole fucking world. So apparently somehow bats and fish and so somehow there, I don't hold me on to this one because I'm not an expert on that one. Hold on a second, my friend is calling me. Leia San, call Gorich and Chua Dubara. Okay. Sorry about that. So, so they were talking about how actually this fucking virus originated from bats, right? So it actually, and then, but what's the fucking like link between the bats and the fish? I don't fucking understand. Are the bats actually inside the fucking fish market? That's where it fucking originated. Jesus fucking Christ. It has to do with a lot of like, I mean, you have to understand that China has a lot of fucking people, you know, packed into this fucking land, you know. And so, so they have a lot of people, and China is not the best place for, you know, hygiene and all that. I think I don't want to, again, like all these countries, not only China. China probably is much better than like some of these other fucking countries when it comes to like, you know, sanitation and all that fucking shit, right? Fucking bullshit. Not bullshit, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So, in any case, so they were talking about like how it originated from bats, and then it actually crossed over into humans. And this fucking coronavirus is just a fucking piece of like this little shit. They're so powerful that it can actually like fucking, what's that word? It can actually, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on with my like lights? All right, in any case, so that it can actually like fucking like evolve, not evolve, but it can actually survive, you know, in humans, and that's why it can survive, and then it changes like, is that the term shape shifting? No, it's not shape shifting for viruses, but somehow they adapt to the environment, you know, like the human blood cells, where the fuck it is, right? So in any case, so I don't want to fucking go on about this, but I mean, I think human beings are not ready to actually like fucking, they don't have fucking technology to contain this, especially like fucking China, you know? In any case, so 34 minutes, I don't want to, I think I want to keep my, my podcast for tonight. It's already like past like 1 a.m. So how about we just get into our cheat sheet, huh? Let's do that, because it's already fucking 35 minutes, 36 minutes. So, my first topic, right? Stephen King leaves Facebook. Or Stephen King, not Stephen. Stephen King leaves it. Stephen King, as you know, he is a great author, and his books have been made into these fucking great, like, movies, you know. So he actually leaves Facebook because of the Facebook ideology of like having a free speech where I think they are also allowing like hate speech. Is that what it is? Is that why he left? I have no fucking idea. But Stephen King, you know, he is a great author, and so he basically left Facebook. Speaking of which, I got back into Facebook because not because I wanted to get into Facebook to like rant and all that, but just to post my, my podcast. That's it. I don't want anything else with fucking Facebook, and I don't give a shit about Facebook, and it's whatever the fuck they're doing. It's not my fucking problem. All right, so I don't want to be fucking political about it. I understand Facebook has a lot of problems because they are a money-making driven, Silicon Valley fucking nonsensical fucking, online platform, right? Where you can be sucked into the fucking like spiral, whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to do that. I just post my fucking podcast. Oh, speaking of which, my podcast is now available for all of you. I understand that YouTube, especially if you're driving and if you want to listen to my podcast, you can't listen to my podcast on YouTube while you want to make a phone call from your phone and all that, right? So now I have actually opened a channel on SoundCloud. So it will be available also on SoundCloud. And my SoundCloud channel is called Weekend Podcast. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't even say podcast. Weekend Podcast with Naeem. WPWN. WPWN. No, but don't search for WPWN, but search for if you go to SoundCloud.com, right? SoundCloud.com, and then in their search, right? So search for Weekend Podcast with Naeem, separate words, okay? And then you will see my podcasts. So there you go. So everybody's doing a fucking podcast, so why not me, right? Yes, sir. Okay, so Brexit. Okay, so what the fuck is happening with Brexit, by the way? Jesus fucking Christ. So I guess what's his name? The Prime Minister, the guy with the scruffy hair, not scruffy hair. But what the fuck his name is? Boris Johnson. So I guess he walked away from fucking like, European Union after like 40 years. Is that what it is? 40 or fucking 45 years or 46 years, whatever the fuck it is, right? So he left the European Commission. I don't know. I mean, what the fuck's going to happen? It's not my fucking problem, but I thought that was interesting to bring it up in my podcast, sir. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I think Trump had something, right, on that one, didn't he? Like, for example, Um, wait a minute. Oh, Huawei. So Trump has a lot of fucking. I guess the U.S. government has a lot of fucking like nuance against like fucking Huawei, and Huawei is trying to justify itself. But yeah, Brexit. That's interesting. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, I don't have any family there. I think my sister's friends are there. I mean, my sister went to school there, London School of Economics. So she probably has a lot of say. She probably talks to her friends, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I fucking don't know, but I thought that was very interesting. So my next topic, everyone, is Picard, old and T. So this is exactly what I was talking about Picard, right? Star Trek Picard. Jean-Luc Picard. Jesus fucking Christ. Patrick Stewart has to fucking retire. You know what it is? Like fucking... He's... Okay. Okay, so this is what it is. He's... How old is he? In his fucking 70s, right? So remember like fucking like if you watch the trio of the Star Trek, right? With Chris Pine and what's his name? The Doctor and the fucking, Spock and all that, right? I don't fucking remember the name, so don't hold me on to that one. But like they would have like a fucking like a fucking shot of like fucking like a whiskey, right? But in this one, it's so fucking depressing is that you know what Jean-Luc does, like fucking Picard? All he does is tea, tea. Well, I guess when you are old, that's what you do. But again, the point I'm trying to make is that I'm not promoting whiskey, I'm not promoting fucking tea either. So the point I'm trying to make, which I already did, is that Jean-Luc needs to fucking retire from making Star Trek movies. Or any movies for that matter. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe I should take over the fucking Star Trek, right? I'm not fucking 76, right? So that was my topic. So my next topic is apartment cleaning and Chromecast hassle. Okay, this is the fuck I had to do, right? These two topics have nothing to do with each other, by the way. So I had the apartment cleaners come in on I think on Thursday, or was that Wednesday? And they cleaned my apartment. Really, really fucking nice, right? Fucking amazing. And actually, I have been taking like baths. Now they clean my like fucking like. I mean, it was my bathtub in the bathroom wasn't that like dirty or anything like that. But they cleaned it really nice in bathroom and they vacuumed and everything, And so so that was nice. But then this is what the fuck happened, right? So on my like the MacBook Air I have, that one that I use in my bedroom, right? So I was trying to actually like use the PDF Expert. I don't know if you guys know PDF Expert. It's a great software where you can actually edit the PDFs. I was trying to do that on my MacBook Air because PDF Expert only comes in Mac version. This is the fucking bullshit of PDF Expert creators. It only comes in MacBook for OS, not for Windows. And then it wasn't working, even though I had bought, even though I had bought the license and all that for PDF Expert, it wasn't working on my machine. And then I looked up and I realized that my MacBook was running like OS El Capitan, So I'm like, oh, I know what the problem is. So I basically upgraded it to like fucking the latest one, right? Where the fuck it is, right? I downloaded that. It took like 2 hours. for the installation and everything. But then guess what the fuck happens after that, right? So I used to have, I usually, I have here the Chromecast, right, in my living room, which works fine with my Microsoft Surface. And then I have, the TV on the wall, and then the, what do you call the, my MacBook Air, right? And then I would watch movies and all that, using the Chromecast. So basically, I'll connect my computer, my MacBook Air, to the fucking TV using Chromecast. And guess what? After I upgraded the iOS, the Chromecast won't work. It will work, but it wouldn't really work in a sense that, like, for example, okay, so I could connect to the TV, but then it wouldn't do anything. You know why? Because this is the rival between fucking Apple and fucking Google. Because Chromecast is fucking Google, right? Google's Chrome. So Apple does not want in its new operating system, does not want any fucking Google devices to be entertained. And this is what I'm suffering as a fucking customer between the two fucking asshole-ish fucking companies, So I was trying to connect, and I was trying to do this, and I couldn't connect to so basically I have a TV and I can't connect my computer to the fucking TV, right? What the fuck am I gonna do? So Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm like, fuck this, So then I what I did was that fuck the Chromecast, fuck the Apple. I didn't throw the I almost threw fucking computer into the wall, but I didn't do that. But it was so fucking annoying that I said, you know what? Fuck this. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to buy a 12 foot or 15 feet long fucking cable, which has an HDMI on one end and the Mac mini display on the other end. And that's what I did. I picked it up, on Thursday from fucking Best Buy, right? And it's fucking working fine. So I don't need the fucking Chromecast, and fuck that, and it's working fine. Right? So that was my rant on that one. But the cleaners actually did a amazing job, cleaning my apartment. And I actually gave them a good review on fucking Google, right? Alright, so my next topic, Shannon Doherty and Perry. Why do I have this fucking topic? Jesus Christ. Okay, I know why I have this topic. Shannon Doherty, as you know, and Luke Perry, they were the stars of Beverly Hills 90210, right? So apparently Shannon Doherty is struggling with breast cancer, is that what it is? As you all know, Luke Perry, he was a great he was a great fucking actor. He died of some fucking other cancer last year, right? And so apparently Shannon Doherty is also struggling with some fucking cancer, and I hope she feels better because I fucking love that show. And Jesus Christ. And my prayers, I don't want to say something like prayers because I just don't believe in prayers. I don't think so. Whatever the techniques, whatever the technology, medical, whatever it is available, I just presume that that will help you out. But then I don't know. But that show is it's like a cult, for us who actually grew up during that time. Not that I watched it during that time, but I watched it lately, last year, maybe the year before. But I actually, I relate to that because that was the time in the early 90s when I started my college, and etc., etc. So I don't want to sound emotional, but I just hope she feels better, and all my love. I don't know. I guess I got emotional, right? So, in any case, so my last topic, everyone, I'm sorry, it's 15 minutes. I want to keep it under 1 hour. SpaceX and Starlink. SpaceX and Starlink, apparently, so SpaceX, as you all know, has been delivering all these satellites into the orbit. Is that the lower orbit or the upper orbit? I don't know. But whichever the orbit is, I think it's the lower orbit. And so I think they want to actually have Starlink. I think Starlink is part of SpaceX, and they want to have Starlink, I think, as a separate entity. Starlink, I think that's what they want to basically have Starlink as this company that going to basically deliver satellites. These satellites are going to provide internet to the whole fucking globe, right? So that's what it is. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. So that was interesting. Who I was actually listening to today? Oh, I was listening to Joe Rogan's latest podcast. He had Garrett, whatever the fuck his name is, right? The astronaut who actually now teaches at USC, University of Southern California, and then he also consults for SpaceX. They were talking about, the feasibility of like having a colony on Mars and having a colony on. I mean, as an engineer, obviously this is a topic near and dear to me. But when you talk to like astronauts who have been up in space, who actually get the real training, then I realize that maybe I'm like too fictional when I tell these fucking human beings to have a base on the moon and a base on Mars. The big problem from listening to that podcast, that was a fucking great podcast, is that, we are on Earth. We on Earth are actually protected by our Earth's magnetic field from solar flares, as you all know. Or maybe some of you don't, but because solar flares are worse than like fucking volcanoes and all that, right? I mean, volcanoes are worse, but solar flares basically just like radiate you, a lot of radiation, and then just kills the surface of the planet. And that's the problem with Earth. I mean, not Earth, I'm sorry, with Mars. Its surface is just devastated by solar flares and, to an extent, Moon. So having a base on Moon and Mars is not that easy because of the solar magnetic flares. So there you go. And that was my last topic, everyone. I presume you all are having a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Again, check out my SoundCloud for the audio podcast, and for all you out there who maybe you don't like YouTube, or I don't know. I mean, maybe you don't want to see my face. I have no freaking idea, but there you go. So check out SoundCloud, Weekend Podcast with Naeem. All right.